It's 2025 and it's crazy to me how many people are still driving. There are millions of driverless rides happening every year now in the United States. You can go lease a Tesla for a few $100s a month, lease a used one for under $200 a month, and get access to this technology. And most people haven't tried it, which is crazy to me because it's such a life changer once you start using it. I honestly don't think I could live without it. It's the greatest thing. These Tesla cars are just like little robots that'll take you wherever you want to go. So I have a destination entered here right now. All I do is push this blue button on the screen, and the car just starts driving anywhere I want to go. And I still have the steering wheel here. I can take over whenever I want. I have to watch the road, but it'll do the entire drive from start to finish for me. And now they've added a feature where you can actually talk to the car. So it's kind of like Kit from Knight Rider. They actually made that into a real product. So here's a stop sign. We need to make a right. Pretty sharp right here. And the car is going to stop. Make sure it's clear. And then proceed downhill. And these are some pretty weird roads. I don't really know where we're going myself, to be honest. But the car knows. And it's going to figure out how to get there. I just have to relax. Make sure we're not in danger. And the car will really do all the planning for me. So let's say I'm riding around and I want to find a good place to go get dinner. I can just tap onto the AI. Hey, I'm looking for a good place to get dinner with a group of 4 people tonight.
For a group of 4 tonight, try Fogo de Chão. They've got Brazilian steakhouse vibes, huge portions, like endless meats and sides, perfect for sharing, and spots around here that take walk-ins if you call ahead. Or swing by Maidan for Mediterranean small plates. Their fire-grilled everything's amazing, but book fast since it fills up. If you're keeping it casual, Buffalo Wild Wings has wings galore and those big booths we love, super low-key. What kind of food are you craving?
Yeah, those sound like good options, but we have one person in our group who's a vegan, so we want to make sure that we can accommodate them. And we'd also like to find something that's near West Hollywood.
For vegan-friendly spots near West Hollywood that work for 4, check out Pura Vida. They do incredible plant-based Italian, like spaghetti carbonara with shiitake bacon, and they've got cozy seating. Gracias Madres Mexican.
Do they have
vibes.
any outdoor seating, or is it all indoor?
Pura Vida's mostly indoor, cozy vibe with that great plant-based Italian, but they don't have dedicated outdoor space from what I see. Gracias Madre, though, their patio's the star, super lush with olive trees and heaters, totally open air and seats groups easy. Perfect for tonight if the weather's nice.
Great, thanks. So you can see I can have this really interactive dialogue with the car. I can tell that I've got a vegan in my party. I want a restaurant near here. I want a place with outdoor seating. And I can just talk to it like a person. And then it can actually drive me to that place it told me about. I don't even have to do anything. I just talk to it, and it drives me wherever I want to go. There's no service area. There's no boundaries. It can just take me anywhere. It can drive on highways. It can drive on city streets. It's such a life changer. And I like to drive a lot of the time. This is a really fun car to drive. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. It's a Model 3 Performance. It's got great handling. So I like driving it a lot of the time, but there's always these times where you're just stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. you're distracted by something, and I find myself just turning it on a lot when I get tired of driving. Even sometimes when I go set out to drive myself and have fun, there's still going to be a few times where you're wanting to hand it off to the car. And it's really nice to have that choice. Nobody's forcing you to stop driving. You're still allowed to drive as much as you want, but you don't have to drive when you don't want to. And I think you'll find it's really nice to have that option. You can see here on the screen, it's showing everything it sees. So it sees these two motorcyclists. Notice how it waited for them. It's intelligent. It learned to drive just by watching how humans drive. So it adopts all the same intelligence we apply to driving seamlessly. And of course, it's always getting software updates over the air, so the car drives better and better. They're about to release an update this month called FSD 14. That's going to be a 10x larger model that is going to be significantly more intelligent than the software we see here. And the software we see here is already driving pretty well. The 10x larger model will be significantly more intelligent, fluid. It'll take safety up another order of magnitude. So that's going to be really exciting, and I'll have a lot of videos for you when that's out. I haven't been making as many FSD videos since we've just been using the same software for a while now, but it's been performing phenomenally. I use it every day. I rely on it. It's just amazing how it does things better than me sometimes. It's just really, if you're somebody who is trying to get things done in the world, who's moving around, who's driving, this is kind of an essential tool, right? Trying to get around the world without AI like this is like trying to do math without a calculator, or trying to write a book without a computer using a typewriter. Can you do it? Yeah. Some people might actually still prefer it that way. But is it harder? Yeah. And the other thing that's really important is this AI that's smart enough to drive the car on its own, keep you safe, make sure not to hit anything, it's also running in the background when you drive yourself. So it'll stop the car to avoid a collision. It'll warn you when you're drifting out of your lane. All that intelligence that it has that lets it drive the car is also looking out for you in the background when you're driving. And that just makes you a lot less likely to get in a crash. I mean, I can't count the number of times I was kind of zoning out and the thing started beeping at me and I realized, okay, I need to brake. Or that the car applied automatic braking because I was getting close to a potential collision. This is something that if you have people you care about, you have loved ones, you want to make sure that they have this technology with them all the time. Not having this type of AI with automatic software updates in your car in 2025 is like driving around without seatbelts or airbags. At least that's kind of what it feels like to me. And I bet you in the coming years, they're probably not going to allow new cars to be sold without this type of AI built in. So yeah, you should probably go order a Tesla. It's super easy. You can do it online in 5 minutes. You go to tesla.com and just order whatever you want. The cars usually come fully loaded with pretty much everything you'd want. Navigation system, sound system, all of that. All the tech that you'd want. And everyone's kind of rushing to buy them right now because of the $7,500 EV tax credit. So under Biden, they passed a law, the government will buy you a Tesla. They'll pay $7,500 out of your Tesla. And this isn't like some tax credit that comes off at tax time next year. No, they'll actually just apply it as cash at the time of sale. So a car like this Model 3 that starts at $42,000, it becomes a $35,000 car. So it's a great deal. And they're about to end it under Trump. You know, Trump doesn't like EVs. So September 30th, that's the cutoff date. If you buy the car before September 30th, you have to make, I think, a substantial payment towards the car. Then you're good. You can claim that $7,500 tax credit. After September 30th, the price of the car is going to go up by an additional, $7,500 essentially, from your perspective, because you don't have that credit anymore. They're also doing leases. If you lease, they'll apply the $7,500 into the lease as sort of a down payment, give you a super low lease rate. And they're even leasing used cars. You can pay, $160, $200 a month and lease a used Tesla. That'll also run an older version of this self-driving software. But definitely you want to try and get the latest chip, the AI4 self-driving chip. And leasing a new one, I think, is in the 300 range or something like that. I would recommend doing that because they now have the option to buy out the lease. And even if your income is too high and you wouldn't normally qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, if you lease, it doesn't matter. You still get the tax credit because it's considered a commercial purchase and that doesn't have income limits. Kind of a crazy loophole. So you can lease and then you can buy out that lease later and the tax credit is applied. So honestly, go get a Tesla for yourself. Go talk to your parents, your relatives, your friends. Make sure they know the $7,500 tax credit is ending and they could be getting into a car that drives them around. I mean, we probably all have those people in our lives who we know who are just doing crazy commutes, hours in the car every day. And it can really change someone's quality of life, lower their blood pressure, just add a little more joy to their life. So, yeah, make sure everybody knows. They do have a referral program too, so if you have a Tesla and you tell someone else to order a Tesla, when they take delivery, you get $250. So you can use that for buying a new car, buying merch from their store, buying full self-driving, basically anything at Tesla. You can use it for service, you name it. And then you get a little bit of credit for selling your friends and family on it. And your friends and family will be thanking you too. They'll be like, wow, thank you so much for telling me to buy that car, because it's really fun to drive. It's really awesome to not have to drive. And it's just great technology. All the little comforts, things like being able to precondition the car, the way it automatically folds its mirrors into certain tight spaces that you drive through often. Just that stuff that a modern car should have. When you see it, you go, wow, I can't believe I lived without all these little features for so long. So yeah, Tesla.com. Go order one. Start using self-driving to get around. You'll thank me later. And what you definitely don't want to do is buy a car that's not going to be able to self-drive. Because once people get used to self-driving, nobody will want a car that can't self-drive, or that they need to pay thousands of dollars to equip with self-driving equipment. So just get a car right now with the EV tax credit that has it, and you can do what I did in this video. Just drive from parking spot to parking spot, and I didn't touch a thing. I didn't touch the steering wheel, I didn't touch the pedals. The car software did the entire drive for me. And this works anywhere in North America, US, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, China. They just launched in Australia and New Zealand. They're hoping to bring it to Europe next. So go place your orders. You'll love it. Trust me.